I am Cami Davis. I'm the Director of Strategic Services at Washtenaw Community College in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I'm primarily responsible for taking our institution to SaaS, as well as all the reporting in Argos and working through, any data analytics, any data that they may need. Well, I think it's really important as an IT professional in higher education to always remember that our purpose of that we are there for. And our purpose is student success. And so it's an important role to be able to say, how can I impact student success? And the way that I do that through my job is to provide the data, the reports, any kind of analytics that I can to the decision makers of our institution so that they can work with those students to make it a really great experience for our students, help any students that are struggling, help acknowledge the students that are doing positive. Maybe they could be mentors. There's a lot of different ways through data and through handling that information appropriately through our decision makers to be able to drive student success forward. Identifying students' risks and student engagement needs to happen early, right? We can't wait till midterm grades come out to identify risks. We can't wait 2 weeks into the semester because then they're already far behind. We need to be able to identify risks to students early and often. It can't be in a vacuum after the fact. And so we were looking for a solution where we could really identify those students early. Who is missing class? Who hasn't attended? Who has not logged into their Canvas? We're really looking at that information to help identify those risks. We have the challenges and risks, but why we chose the Academic Success Accelerator is really because when we first looked at it, it was just weeks prior to the 2025 Evisions and Ellucian conference. And we were shown it, and I was so excited. One location to be able to see LMS data and Banner data working together to figure out what was going on with our students. So during the Ellucian Live conference in 2025, I took our provost, our registrar, our applications director, anybody that I could find to the Evisions booth. And I was like, show them, show them, show them. It was super exciting. And they were immediately like, we want it. We want to be able to do this. I believe text went out to our VP of Instruction immediately saying, we found the easy button. We're going to be able to do that. And so it really became a no-brainer at that time because the solution was already in the works. We needed to partner with Evisions. Partnering with Evisions as a company in higher ed tech, really, let's take the tech out of it, right? Evisions was built for higher ed. Evisions works with schools, builds this great co-op, has this great customer support center that is answering you the same day, keeping in contact with you. It was built off higher ed. It is not a corporation that was built for big business or banking or whatever it may be. It was built around higher ed. And the mission of Evisions and the goals of Evision align directly with what higher ed is doing. Evisions wants our students to be successful. And so partnering with Evisions was a no-brainer for us because of the strategic goals of Evisions in higher ed. This conference has been amazing, from the opening ceremonies and watching the people on stage, product review and showing. It's really advancing the system, right? We have the complete reporting solution. We have the reporting solution that has all the graphs and the tables, and that's great. But now we have this web-based tool with Argos X that allows us to manipulate and move this data right in the environment, export it the way that you want to see it. So we can build a great data block with a lot of data elements, make sure it's performance tuned. And now we have these modern tools, modern graphing that allows the person to say, this field's way over here on the left-hand side, right-hand side of my spreadsheet. I need it right. That's my first column. And they can do that for themselves. No, there's no more trying to make, oh, this is the report for the College of Engineering, and this is the report for the College of Health and Sciences. They have that ability to make those changes for themselves, putting the resources and tools for our end users in their fingertips. Go for the evaluation, right? Once you see it, it speaks for itself. It really does show you what those tools are. And remember that Evisions was built for higher education. That is their purpose. So when you look at it, you want to use a tool that, you can spread across your campus, and multiple users are going to be able to intuitively know how to use it without hours and hours and hours of training. So you can, in IT, build that data block, or with your super users, maybe build that data block, but all the reports and the graphing, the OLAPs, whatever it may be, people can use that without always needing recurrent training. Once they get in there and use it, the data is at their fingertips. What institutional win am I most proud of at Washtenaw Community College with reporting and data analytics? I would say the student profiles, our fall profile, our annual profile that we provide to the board, the executives, to advisors, to whoever it may be. It's a resource that they can use year round to see where we're at that point in time, but then also have the ability to be able to have that information at their fingertip, ready for print on count day, without the months ahead of time for them to be able to work through it. It is pretty close to a set it and forget it, and we are saving resources across the campus many, many hours. What I'm really excited about for future state of that is taking that information into Argos X and really seeing people play with it there. Because we've defined metrics at the institution of what we think people want to say, what we report to the state, to the feds, but that may not be the individual contributor's goal. And by putting that information in Argos X, they can make it their own. One thing that I can say is just remember, go out and take a look. Go out and take a look at just the website for Evisions. Go out and take a look at the help side, the starter packs that are out there, the information of the communities working together. There's a lot of resources in higher education. People are willing to share information. And with the technology that Evisions puts at our fingertips, it really makes that process a lot easier and more collaborative. I think that through the collaboration, we're all doing similar things in higher education, but you have to remember each institution has its own DNA, and we want to keep that identity. But we can share those ideas, and I think that that's important, and Evisions fosters that environment for us.